Hello dear friends. In this video I'm just trying to discuss and explain the certain pharmaceutical processes. Basically the pharmaceutical processes are very much important and it will try to convert our active pharmaceutical ingredient into the suitable doses from like tablet, capsules, etc. So let's try to understand what is a pharmaceutical processes. Any of the pharmaceutical process involves a series or the sequence of operations for the design, manufacture and the delivery of a product or the services. It basically involves the 4M. The first M that is called as the man, the second material, third machineries, and the fourth method. So any of the pharmaceutical process is is made up of this 4M and try to give the desired dosage form or the service. The broadly this entire pharmaceutical processes can be classified into the two one. The first one that's called as a unit operation, second one that is called as a unit processes. Now let's try to understand what are the differences between these two are there. Unit operations, which are most important in the pharmaceutical industry, they basically involves the only the physical change. Physical change means there is no change in the chemical structure or the chemical properties of that material, but only the solid or the physical state is going to be changed, like a solid is going to convert into the liquid, so on. Here I have highlighted the different 10 unit operation which I am going to discuss later on into the remaining of the slide, the meaning of each of the unit operations. While let's try to understand the unit process. Unit process along with the physical change involve the chemical change too. As for example, certain chemical reactions are also taking place which will change the chemical properties of the material too, like oxidation, reaction, hydrolysis, catalysis. Now let's try to understand the different unit operations which you are going to study throughout your pharmacy curriculum. The first unit operation that is was a side reduction. Here as shown in the slide, the mother or the bigger particle is going to convert into the smaller one or the sun particle, and which is later on converted into a fine. So here the side reduction is a unit operation into which the bigger size particles are going to convert into the smaller size particle, and that will have the number of advantage like increasing the surface area, increase the rate of extraction, etc. That's another unit operation which is known as site separation. In this unit operation, we are trying to convert the different size particles from the mixer into the different particle size distributions by the use of one of the tool that is called as a sieve. By using this sieve, either the larger or the smaller mass, we are going to divide these particles into a different size. The another unit operation that is important that is called as a mixing. The mixing is a process by which the solid is going to mix with the solid particles, so solid is going to be with the liquid, or the liquid is going to mix with the liquid by either the convection, diffusion, or the shear process, and so that my final mixture will come that contain all the particles which are uniformly distributed. Another unit operation which is known the crystallization. As we know that the crystallization is the process or the unit operation for the formation of the crystals. Generally, the pharmaceutical powders exist in two forms. The first one that's called the amorphous and the crystalline form. The crystalline form has a sum of added advantage on over the amorphous form. So we are also using sometimes the crystallization unit operations too. The next one that is called the extraction, into which from the solid particle the desired component is going to be taken out by the use of a suitable solvent, and such a process is called as solid liquid extraction. As shown over here, let's say it is a simple preparation of the green tea. Here the tea bag is there which contains the solid matrix, and this green tea leaf is added or it is mixed with the dip into the hot water, and so that the the components from the tea bag which are soluble into the hot water, it is going to migrate it and it will form the green tea, which is the best example of the extraction. Another that is called the filtration. As the name suggests, here by the use of a suitable filtering devices or like a simple filter paper, we are trying to differentiate or trying to taken out the important materials and the importance materials or the impurities from the entire slurry mixer, as it is so that we are going from the top the feed this from the filter membrane, the filtrate is coming out, so the bigger solid particles are going to be retained over there, which may be the impurity. Another unit operation that is important that is called as drying. Drying is a process into which we are going to remove the moisture content which are present in the material, and here this process is taking place by the various three mechanisms that's called the conduction, convection, and the radiation. Another unit operation that is called the distillation. Distillation is a process by which the impure water is going to convert into pure water by just boiling it. So when we are boiling it, it is going to be converted into the water vapor, and which on the condensation will try to give me the pure water that is free from any of the salts or anything. Another unit operation which is known as evaporation. Evaporation is a process unit operation into which we are trying to remove the liquids which is present in the higher quantity when the substance is changing the state, and this liquid is going to be converted from the water, let's say in the case of water, from the water liquid to the water vapor. Here the example is given, let's say the sea water or the any water is the river water, and with the sunlight will fall and it will generate the heat, and because of the evaporation the water will rise and it will form the cloud. Same thing is over here. So the evaporation is basically a surface phenomena. From the surface, the particles of the solvent which is converted from the liquid to the gaseous state. And if you try to understand the difference between the evaporation and drying, then the evaporation is generally suitable when the liquid content is present in the mixture in the higher amount, while the drying is suitable when the liquid content or the liquid content is in the lower amount. The another unit of operation which is known as centrifugation, as the name suggests, is a process into which we try to generate the use of centrifugal force. Yeah, because of the generation of the centrifugal force, what will happen is the centrifugal force will try to throw away the particles towards the periphery because of the centrifugal force. So here the example is given into which a centrifuge is there into which we have suspended the particle, the suspension is set, so we are just rotating by giving the centrifugation force, and after the centrifugation is over, the solids are going to be separated at the bottom while the clear liquid is going to be taken out from the top. So these are the various unit operations which we are going to study throughout your pharmacy curriculum, and that are the basics of any of the pharmaceutical process will be there. So dear students, if you like my video, then please click on the like button, and please don't forget to subscribe my video by clicking on the subscribe button for the further new videos also in the pipeline. Thank you.